Hi everyone, back with me again, Mary, your host for the Sacred Spaces series. Welcome back to our St. Joseph's Corner channel. Today we are exploring Westminster Cathedral, the Catholic heart of London. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an exciting episode. The most imposing and most important Catholic church in England, a marvel in multicolored brick. Westminster Cathedral, not to be confused with Westminster Abbey, was designed by John Francis Bentley in extravagant Byzantine style. It was begun in 1895 and finished 8 years later. After the religious turmoil of the Reformation, Catholic worship was either banned outright or at least heavily curtailed. It was only in the late 19th century that Catholics began to be allowed to worship freely in the UK, and the Catholic Church was officially re-established in Britain. The newly established Catholic hierarchy wanted a mother church for the religion. In 1884, land was acquired in Westminster, on the site of the Tothill Fields Bridewell Prison. Construction began in 1895, and the cathedral opened its doors in 1903. Even though Bentley's extraordinarily opulent interior decoration was still incomplete, Bentley himself never saw his vision realized, died in 1902. What he created, however, lives on as one of the most striking and impressive examples of Neo-Byzantine architecture in Europe. The cathedral is striking for its use of bands of colored brick and stone on the exterior, its tall and eye-catching bell tower or campanile, and the richly decorated interior, following the Byzantine tradition of mosaic and marble. The dominant feature of the interior is a massive baldacchino, or sculpted canopy, above the high altar, made of white and colored marble, pearl, lapis lazuli, and gold. Throughout the chapels are colorful mosaics in arts and crafts style, created after Bentley's death. One of the historic highlights is the Shrine of St. John Southworth in the Chapel of St. George and the English Martyrs. Southworth was executed for his Catholic faith. At Tyburn in 1654, his body was brought into the cathedral in 1930. In the same chapel is the last carving made by Eric Gill, depicting Christ on the cross flanked by St. Thomas More and St. John Fisher. In the chapel of St. Gregory and St. Augustine is the tomb of Bishop Richard Challoner, 1691 to 1781, who is known for founding schools and charities for the poor. His translation of the Old and New Testaments remained the standard English translation for English Catholics for 200 years. Challoner narrowly escaped murder in the anti-Catholic Gordon riots in 1780. In the same chapel is the tomb of Cardinal George Basil Hume, 1923 to 1999, who served as the 9th Bishop of Westminster from 1976. Westminster Cathedral is the seat of the Archbishop of Westminster and the mother church of the Catholic religion in England and Wales. In 1977, as part of the Silver Jubilee celebrations to mark 25 years on the throne, Queen Elizabeth II visited the cathedral. This visit marked the first visit by a reigning monarch to a Catholic church since the English Reformation. The cathedral really has no parallel among English churches, great or small. The style is unique on these shores. The cathedral is within walking distance of Westminster Abbey, and it is tempting to see one after the other to compare the two buildings. The nearest tube station is Victoria, about 5 minutes walk away. The cathedral is usually open daylight hours and is generally quite busy. There is no entrance fee, and visitors of all faiths are free to explore the building, but do be respectful of worshippers. For a small fee, you can climb the Campanile for fabulous views across London. Westminster Cathedral is a relatively small place of worship compared to the likes of St. Paul's Cathedral. It is a Roman Catholic cathedral that sits modestly back from the main road that runs through the city of Westminster. The cathedral should not be confused with Westminster Abbey. Westminster Abbey is the place in which Prince William and Kate got married. It is a larger building that sits opposite the Houses of Parliament. It is about 10 minutes walk from Westminster Cathedral. Westminster Cathedral is home to the Westminster Cathedral Choir. They are a professional residential choir who sing every day at Mass in the church. It is free to watch the choir sing as it is part of the Mass. The Mass times can vary, so it is best to check the official Westminster Cathedral website music page. But the choir tend to sing at the Mass at the end of the day during the week, and at Masses throughout the day on Sundays. If you are a Catholic and you are on holiday in search of Mass, Westminster Cathedral offers a city centre option. It is what is known as the UK's mother church for the Catholic community. It is considered to be the main Catholic church in the UK. All are welcome at the Masses, and the Mass times can be found on the official Westminster Cathedral website. Westminster Cathedral is not as much of a tourist destination as St. Paul's Cathedral or Westminster Abbey. This means that there are no guided tours of the cathedral. However, on the plus side, it means that you do not have to pay to enter and come and have a look around. Also, there are some aspects to Westminster Cathedral that you will not want to miss. The Tower Viewing Gallery. Once you are inside Westminster Cathedral, you can head up its tower to get views of London from 64 meters up. It will offer you the opportunity to get away from the hustle-bustle of the city and see it from a distance. For details of what the viewing gallery has to offer and its opening times, see the official Westminster Cathedral Viewing Gallery page. Music. One of the things that Westminster Cathedral is famous for is the high standard of music that is produced in the cathedral. The choir of Westminster Cathedral are internationally recognized as one of the best choirs in the whole world. They are famous for their daily celebrations of the Divine Office and Solemn Mass. You do not have to pay to see the choir perform. Simply head to the church for one of the Masses. You can also see other musical events such as organ recitals. To find out more about the musical events taking place, have a look at the official Westminster Cathedral website music page. Yes. You can attend service throughout the day every day of the year at Westminster Cathedral. Masses are open to the public and you do not need a ticket to enter the church for the service. To find out the exact times of the services at the cathedral and what each Mass entails, see the official Westminster Cathedral Masses page. It is important to remember that Westminster Cathedral is a place of worship. It is important to remember to treat the place with respect whilst you are there. Remember that you should not use your mobile phone whilst you are in there. Should also talk in hushed tones. If you are using a camera, do not be too intrusive with it and do not use a flash. Also, ensure that you are wearing suitable clothing. No short skirts and cover your shoulders. Westminster Cathedral offers a spiritual experience whether you are religious or not. If you are a history aficionado or if you love architecture, the building and its interior will give you hours of interesting discoveries. If you love to listen to live music, Westminster Cathedral offers you the opportunity to do this for free on a daily basis. If you would like to attend a Mass, you will be welcome to the services here on a daily basis. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Sacred Spaces. Until next time, may the peace of the risen Christ be with you always.